Hello everybody and welcome back to the Highland Fishing Expansion on Kinlaig. So today we have, I think we've got 2 oilseed radish fields that we need to cultivate in, and we also have some fertilising to do of, is it our barley field? Let's just set that on cruise control and go to here to 24, no, so the wheat field. So we need to cultivate 22, field 2, and then 24 needs a layer of fertiliser throwing on it all. So it's enough to keep us busy today. And then we'll have to have a look round to see what else there is for us to do. But with this field being a bit awkward, I think if we do this side and then, well, do this strip up here, then we can work that corner out. And then obviously finish on the headlands. But we'll get this done and then we'll see where we are. Well, that's field 1 almost complete, which hasn't taken too long as that. But when we get to the end and start folding the machinery up, I will have to just have a look at our productions, which, as much as I enjoy doing productions, I do think in the next Let's Play that we do, we'll try and minimise them as much as possible. Because I think they detract from the fact that it is obviously a farming simulator game, not a productions manager sort of game. But right. With that folding, let's go have a look. So we need to put some onions into the onion packer. The sawmills are fine. Offshore's fine. The oil is distributing the canola, so that's absolutely fine. We can get some more potatoes down if we've got more in storage, but we may have emptied that. Water, that's fine. Is that still going? Yes, that's still running. Stones is all right, and we need to buy some fish food. So whilst I remember, let's go on to here and down to animal food. So we'll only buy 8 because it's still a fair amount of money buying it just that. So there's our 8 for the food. That's fine. We can get some potatoes down if there is any potatoes left. The oil mill, fine. And then it is the onions. So let's make our way back to the yard and we can check the potato storage, and then we can look at moving some onions over. But we won't take these disc arrows off here just yet because we can go to field 2 and do that one. So looking from here, our potato shed is empty, so we can't put any more potatoes in. But I believe we should have plenty of onions, which I'm going to have to guess. So they're in here. Yeah, so they're in here. So we've got the onions to do here. And what's by the stacker like? Is that that's full? So we've got all these packed onions to move out the way here. And out of interest, I thought I got all the canola out of our shed, but there is canola here. So if we go and take a load of onions to the packer, we'll see if we can get that bit of canola out, because then that can go straight into our oil mill. And then we'll have a fair bit of sorting out of pallets and whatnot, because I ain't even checked the sheep to see how they're getting on. So, right, we will get as much of this moved as possible. there is a serious number of packed onions. I wonder how much money this is going to make us. I know one thing, it may look smart now, but by the time we try and get all these onto the trailer, it may not be as smart. Right, let's find... Where is it? Not that one. Not that one. This one. What is... Okay, so the wool's alright and the eggs are all alright at the moment. Let's go put this on. And I just need to check whether our grass needs any fertiliser put on it as well. So let's put that on. So we almost got that full. So that's fine. Obviously we need to go down to the store to go get our fish food. Yes. So that's where we're going to go fertilise now. Once we've cultivated that, that'll be fertilised. And I believe, 7 is fully fertilised as well. Well, we're fair getting cracked on here. And what is... Okay, so this is its full growth state. We do have plenty of hay. And it's just whether we go and buy some more. Not buy some more, whether we make some more. Or we actually finally use the silage clamp there and make some silage in there. Decisions. And I'm nigh on certain I would have said in previous episodes what I was putting in each of these fields, but at this current moment in time, I can't remember what I said. Because I tend to, when it comes to these videos now, I tend to be able to do a load in one go. And then I may not come and do a video for a week. We'll let this bus go. I may not come and do a video for a week, and then I forget what I've said and what I've done. But definitely doing 4 videos a week is a lot easier to manage and do than what it was trying to do one every day, which is hard work. And especially I'm thinking of setting up myself another channel as well. So if I do that, there's going to be videos galore, sort of here, there and everywhere. Steering assist to begin with, and we can get this spread. This is the one brilliant things with steering assist, just makes it so easy when you're spraying or fertilizer spreading. Because I know in 22, you just had bits all over that weren't done, and you're going over things twice. Whilst this, you now undo the whole field in one go. Well, I think case in point, if you remember in the Piscine Valley, when we tried to do, we putting slurry on, and you just couldn't see anything. So it was not helpful in the slightest. So that's why I've decided on there. I think we can go. We can use the GPS for stuff like, when it's like this and you can't see where you're spreading. When you can see, then you'll just do that freehand. And is everyone excited? Because Oxygen David's new map, that's almost coming to be released, or at least released for testers before it goes to Mod Hub. So I'm very, very excited for that to be coming out. And it's just trying to decide what sort of Let's Play to do on it, because I know there's some big fields and there's also some smaller fields. I know there's also some smaller yards there as well. So I'm very much sort of thinking about going down the smaller scales farming on there, not doing, not having these mixing plants, all that sort of thing, with your animals, so to mix everything by hand, all that sort of stuff, and then try and do it as realistically as possible, if that's even possible. And that should be this field now, fully fertilised. So we'll just spin it around like that. Let's hope that we get everything there. Yes, bar the corners and the odd little bit. That's another field done. I'll tell you someone who I'm really sort of enjoying watching at the minute online is the Farm Theory, who is a Northern Irish dairy farmer. Watching what he does, he's a bit of a nerd, a bit of a geek, which is brilliant. He does all his own coding. I think he's just trying to build his own GPS for the tractors, builds his own rangefinders, all that sort of stuff. It's fascinating to see. A very, very good watch. So if that's your sort of thing, I would highly recommend going to go watch Farm Theory. And he also has two spreaders. He has the Amazon spreader, and he has another one where he actually puts two spreaders on at the same time, so that he can, because I think he said it works out cheaper, instead of buying the fertiliser which is all pre-mixed for him, it works out thousands of pounds cheaper just to buy the individual compounds, and then for him to just put two spreaders on, spread one out the front, spread one out the back, and put it on like that, which is really quite amazing. But right, let's go to here. Can we? Yeah, okay, brilliant, we can do. And what I will do whilst we're here is we might as well get another bag of solid fertiliser, because that should fit. We'll just have to go over to this side now. And then once we've done this, I would like to get this fish food up, but I don't know whether we've got the JCB, but I don't think we've got the trailer, because the trailer's full of straw. So if we, let's have a look at straw prices. Can we get by till December, do you reckon? Well, they're good prices now, aren't they, really? 138 at the animal dealer. We'll take this back to the yard. We're going to just sell the straw. I don't think it will make, that's £6 1,000 litres. I don't think will make too much of a difference for us, especially with our finances. They're brilliant at the minute. So it's one thing about this series, and I put it all down to the sawmill that we got, is we haven't really struggled. We struggled early on, I think the first couple of episodes, which is standard because you're just starting a new save game. But then after that, it was just a breeze. You know, as soon as we put that sawmill in, you know, the amount of timber and the way it works, just phenomenal. Right, let's park this up. We'll go get the telehandler and get some forks put on it. So this into here. Oh. Oopsie. Right, now this, I'll just leave this down here. Now where are the forks? Over there, so we'll grab these. Like I said, we'll go sell the straw, because with the straw I had half in mind was to build a big cattle barn, but this was obviously before the Fishy Valley was released, and I didn't realise that was going to be a very big sort of on the cattle side. So the straw is sort of now null and void for us. So we'll get it sold and see how much that makes us. So I'm going to say 25,000 for this straw. But one thing we'll certainly find out whether I'm right or wrong now. So let's pull into the trigger, straps off. That was miles out. Basically £17,000. That was terrible. Right, let's go to the dealership now. So bar Oxygen David's map, I don't really know of or can't think of any others which for me that I'm really excited to see. Obviously the Fishy Valley was one of them. Obviously Oxygen David's one is another. I can't remember what it's called now, that one that's coming out from him. But yeah, apart from that I can't think of any others. So do let me know if there is any maps that you lot are aware of. Please let me know about them, because I'd love to be able to have a go and have a play on them. I am looking very much for a survival, to do sort of a bit of a survival series on a map, but I just haven't found one that I liked. Like I used to really like Calmlands on 22. But Calmlands, I always found what annoyed me this is obviously when I was playing on console, was the trigger for the wood sell point was too low. So in your trailers, you always had to tip your trailers upside down to be able to sell your timber properly, which was a bit infuriating. It wasn't too bad to do when it was on PC, because you could just use super strength and flick the trailers up, and that was no bother. But on console, you're a bit stuck for all that. So when I saw that Highlands had come out for FS25, I did get really excited, because I loved being up by where the pond was, so that you can look up. I think Dagwin did a series on it there. I think that was the best place, or in my opinion it was the best looking place to start a farm. But it's all completely changed, and I'm not too big a fan of the change, so that's why we haven't started on there. But I did see, I didn't see the bus but I did see that there was a lovely map coming out or in testing for a survival series, and that is something that I would like to have a go in due course when it obviously eventually comes out. That fish food production must be doing us a very, very big favour, because I don't seem to be filling this up as much. I think it was every other month you had to put some food into here, otherwise they just scranned it all. Right, let's drop that into there. And we might as well take this over to here, to our new Holland, because this is where we're now going to go do the last of the oilseed radish. So let's hop out of there and hop into here. We'll get the last of this oilseed radish done, and then I think, as long as all the animals are fine, we should be able to look to move on to another month. And there we have it. All our fields now are fully fertilised. And it's hardly cost us any money at all, which has been well, a very, very big bonus. Right, let's now get this folded up, and this can now be put away, because it was only needed to do the oilseed radish. And it was a big help, obviously, drilling the oilseed radish with fertiliser. Took another job off, the to-do list. But right, let's go part this up over here. So this has been a very productive episode. We've got a fair bit done. So let's just drop that off. And I think there's not much more to really say than just thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all liked and enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye for now.